And in our Spotlight investigation tonight, Crack Inc., the big business and big money of the most potent form of cocaine, crack. Crack is a plague of the inner cities in this country, and that's been especially true in Detroit. Tonight, NBC's Jim Cummins on how one gang adopted corporate methods to run the Detroit crack operation.
Go, 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 go.
The front line in the war on crack.
Search warrant!
Houses and streets in big city slums. Every day, in city after city, local, state, and federal police battle pushers selling crack, the cheap, highly addictive form of cocaine.
2 for the 20. What you don't know them chicken rocks you got, man.
It's a battle that's difficult for the police to win because, in many places, the crack trade has transformed small-time hoodlums into big-time entrepreneurs. Among the most remarkable examples is the notorious Chambers Brothers gang of Detroit. Billy Joe, 26, Otis, 20, Willie, 34, and the ringleader, Larry, 38, were recently convicted of operating a crack cocaine empire that employed hundreds of people. The gang hired cooks to make the raw cocaine into crack rocks. They had couriers to deliver the drugs to gang salesmen at more than 500 crack houses. They used violence and intimidation to discourage competitors and to keep gang members in line.
Money, money, money!
The profits were staggering, up to $1 million a week. Authorities say the Chambers brothers who made this home video didn't even bother to count the $1 bills because it took too long.
Should we throw these ones away, man, since we got $500,000?
Well, I tell you what we can do. We can give it to the poor.
That's exactly what I say, too. We'll just donate those to the poor.
The gang has dominated the drug racket here since 1983, when it replaced another gang which had been shut down by the police. The other gang sold heroin and cocaine powder. When the Chambers brothers began selling the more lucrative crack cocaine, they became the kings of Detroit's dope business. Soon they were recruiting gang members in their hometown, Marianna, Arkansas, luring unemployed teenagers with visions of luxury cars, furs, golden cash. More home video, a car caravan of young recruits on their way to Detroit. About 150 teenagers left Arkansas to work in the gang's crack houses.
It was fast money. They seen the Chambers come down, these fancy cars, and they wanted part of the action.
Violence was also part of the Chambers brothers' action. Such a big part that prosecutors say today's crack gangs are far more dangerous than the crime syndicate.
It seemed to me that from what I knew about the old gangs of Al Capone, that there was most often a reason for people being hurt, maimed, or killed. Here, if they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, that can be enough reason in and of itself.
Members of traditional organized crime families have stayed away from crack cocaine so far. U.S. Attorney Hayes believes that the people who now control the crack business are so unpredictably violent, they even scare the old-time gangsters. In their battle against the drug gangs, authorities are using new federal racketeering laws, like the one against operating a continuing criminal enterprise. That's how they got the Chambers brothers, who now face possible life terms in prison. But Timothy Murphy, one of the lawyers for the Chambers gang, says it's still easy to buy crack in Detroit.
They've closed down that operation. One just as large, if not larger, is sprung up and is operating in a more extensive fashion than the Chambers organization was during its heyday.
Less than a month after the leaders of the Chambers gang were convicted, police confiscated $5.5 million in cash at the Detroit airport. It was on its way to Florida to ensure the flow of cocaine for the crack trade in Detroit. Jim Cummins, NBC News, Detroit.